Alrighty, look at us. Me and Johnny look like we're on a baseball team together.
Oh, look, you can put a little holder there for your cell phone.
Yeah, see that?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I thought that it was a good idea. If I needed, I should do that. But right now I'm just playing the hockey game. We're not playing the hockey. Look at us. We should have split us up, Johnny. Two blue on the one side. Beaver, you want to run middle and have
I'm going to be a sandwich.
Flanked by the blues.
Flanked by the blues.
You want to try it?
Well, you want me to host?
You want to host? You can do the whole thing. I'll introduce you.
No.
What do you think, Johnny? What do you think? The aesthetics of this, is it worth changing things around?
I don't know. I think it's fine either way, but
I will feel out of place sitting right over there, to be honest with you.
Okay. You will?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, I don't want that.
I'm just so comfortable over here.
Maybe we'll just play this. The first game of the show is who wore it better between me and Johnny.
Yeah. Like, don't get me, like, I'll be honest with you. If you sat over here, you'd probably be like, I feel fucked.
It's weird on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I know that you and Johnny have formed a tight bond because you can look into each other's eyes.
Right. That won't work if I'm over there.
Me and Johnny have gotten no closer since the show began. But you guys really formed a bond.
Yeah. We say fuck you to the world every now and then.
Yep.
Together.
So we got a good show for everyone out there. If there's anyone out there, there is actually someone out there.
Yep.
So for people that are out there, I want to tell you that we got a great show for you. I've been away for a month, and Los Angeles, I had big ambitions. Turns out their internet fucking sucks there. And it was so frustrating that I just gave up on it. Like, it was so frustrating.
And once something doesn't work, you can't just you can try and push and push and push.
I did. 3 days of trying to upload my episode, and I'm like, I am done. And then I'm like, forget this. And then
you think that's the one thing they would be good at is internet?
Goddamn, you got to go to Pine Grove to get good internet.
Yeah,
you got to go to Pine Grove to a pool shed, and then you get great internet. But anyhow, Los Angeles wasn't the place for that. But I got great stories. Some of them unbelievable, and some of them are unbelievable because they're a lie. And we're going to be telling all the stories from my, 5 weeks that I spent in Los Angeles in the form of a game called Two Truths and a Lie, each one on the wheel, because every show is a wheel show at season 10 of the Dutch Hall. But there's only one way. Hey, Johnny, is it on the Dutch Hall one?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, because I forgot to do that. There's only one way to get this show started. And that is, everybody.
Hit it.
You can have your beverage. Pretty please. Screaming? I didn't know. I can't hear. I got my headphones on.
Johnny! The lamp!
Introduce me, bitch. Introduce me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the show, he's back. He's looking good. And it's Mr. P. Van Dyke.
Hey!
And he's...
Say the name, that's the end.
Oh, shit.
You end with the name. Beaver.
I'm getting the rust off. I'm sorry, buddy.
I'll tell you something. Your rust showed big time. Big time.
Badly, eh? Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, throwing right back. You know who that guy was? Just fucked up my intro. That's Derek, the Beaver Van Houten.
Yay. I deserve the wah.
Hey, this guy who just hit those buttons to make you guys all seem like you're clapping? That's our director, Johnny Renton.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry, that wasn't a sound effect.
I like how it went dead silent, like radio silent
Yeah.
across the board. That's the secret to podcasting, is really to let it go completely dead.
Did I
So
just
people are
lose
like,
the
does this
signal?
even work?
Did I
Yeah.
lose the signal?
I think it's because we all knew that wasn't just the sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny actually farted. We actually all started to taste it a little bit
Yeah.
at the same time, and there's no way to talk and taste one of Johnny's farts.
Pete, I'm gonna have to say something right now.
What's that?
And I know I screwed up your intro, but I'm gonna say me and Johnny missed you, buddy. We missed you.
Ah.
All right.
And 2 times.
And 2 times. But we're happy to see you back, bud. We're happy
Thank
to see
you.
back.
Happy to be back. Happy to be back because the Dutch Hall is a beautiful place. It's my happy place. And so I like being here. And also, I'm lonely, man. Lonely.
Lonely?
Yeah. There's no question about it. I spend way too much time by my lonesome. And it was no different in the Los Angeles. Most of the time by myself. That's just how it went.
Just
you know?
how it went. Eh?
Yeah, that's happened. I went down with my daughter, and it turns out your daughter doesn't want to spend all her time with her father. You know, that's understandable.
But I heard you had some good moments.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was actually terrific time spent with her, and I will cherish it for the rest of my life, and that's no joke. So that was wonderful. I can't say enough good things about that. But I also was in Los Angeles, which is a weird place. It is a weird, weird place. And I saw a lot of weird things, a lot of things I did not expect, a lot of things that were peculiar, a lot of things that were just interesting. And I want to talk about all of them. And so I did it, like I said, in the form of 2 truths and a lie. Shall we give the wheel a bit of a tour?
We can.
Just to give them a little tushta? What's
I'm not gonna lie,
coming up?
Pete. I was worried for a quick second when I seen the headlines on my phone one day where there was a massive fire in LA,
Oh, yeah?
and it was homeless people's shelters.
Oh, yeah?
But I remembered that you were not living in a shed this time.
Oh, yeah. I got out of the shed.
Yeah, you got out of the
You
shed.
just lit the fires this time.
Yeah.
I watched them
Sure.
burn. I watched them burn from the hills. You know? I watched the chaos down below.
Yeah.
The hills were like really wicked where we were. Like I would go for walks every morning because I get out some nervous energy
Yeah.
because I had no privacy. So like the semen builds up in your bag. Eh? Don't know if you guys know that.
You go for a mountaintop jerk off?
No, I did not. I just walked until I didn't think about it anymore. That's what I would do. So I walked a lot.
You
My
walked a lot.
calves are huge right now. Anyway,
That would have been awesome if you could say you jerked off onto the Hollywood sign.
yeah, you have to go past a fence now because they fenced it off. But it's worth it sometimes for a nice tug. I would have done it. I found I was thinking about like little places. I had to piss outside. I started pissing outside for a number of reasons, but one was just to feel like I was at home again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, that's
You know
always
what I mean?
good. Good idea.
And it's not thought of the same by urban people as it is by rural people to piss
What, do they think
outside.
it's weird?
They don't think it's appropriate. They think it's what they call
Indecent exposure?
Yeah, a minor felony. But I disagree.
I can just see you like in the back, like fenced, wooden fenced in area in a small little town, and you're waving at the neighbor. Hey, how's it going? You just got the back arch going, and
I found a place where I thought I was invisible from all the neighbors.
yeah.
Because there's like a big retaining wall on the one side. So I'm like, I don't think the neighbors up there can see down where I'm pissing. And then the other people that spied on us like all day long, the kids, they couldn't see, or they just see my back at least.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
No.
And the schoolyard across the way couldn't see at all because the house was in the way. Which that was
Oh,
a
so you
very
were-
That's
key
good,
concern.
yeah.
Yeah, you had some areas to be concerned of then.
Yeah, if you take an outside piss during the day in the front yard, I'm definitely, it's a bigger deal.
Going to jail.
Yeah, because school was right there. Yeah. Anyway, it's a nice neighborhood that I lived in this time, so it wasn't as sketchy as before. But I went down to the sketchy areas still to do my shows because comedy is always in sketchy areas. Eh?
Yes, it is.
You got to pull those people out, right?
Yeah. Also, that's where real estate's cheap. And so you just like, it's usually people with big ideas don't have a lot of pockets full of money usually. So they go to the shittier parts of town, which is cool. That's usually where the cool parts of town are too. That's where all the neat things are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
let's give you a little tour of this wheel.
What do we got on the wheel here, bud?
I'm just going to go strict old. I'm going to read them out and then kind of give you the tour. Most of these are two truths and a lie. The first one, wildlife edition, coyote, armadillo, or parrot. The next one is more of a trades. It's a plumber, a garbage man, or electrician. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The next one, feedback. We got feedback. Hit it, Johnny. Oh, not that one. Yeah. That's it.
It's been too long.
Next one is, we're all rusty. Next one's SNL cast member, famous director, or famous little person.
Oh, shit.
The next one is bearded woman on cell phone, barefoot dog lover, or woman walking pig. Pete gets tattooed, which is
we did talk about this.
Yes, we did talk about this, and there was 3 of us that were on the last show in LA, and 2 of the 3 of us got tattoos. Is my tattoo right under this sleeve, right here, or is it not?
I'm intrigued now.
That's the game. The next one is the Mexican pie plate, because Los Angeles, California is very populated with people of Mexican descent. And many of them lived in my neighborhood, and I got to do lots of things with them.
So you guys see some illegals?
So 3 of the ones, smoke weed, barbecue goat, or pick tangerines.
Oh.
And those are the categories for the LA
I think
edition.
this is our most interesting wheel we've had yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there are some pretty interesting stories in there. And I'll tell you, even the lies are based on a bit of truth. So they're tricky. They're tricky. So you want to give it a spin?
Yeah, let's give her a spin, bud.
Yeah, you do it, buddy. Let's just get
it out of the way.
Let's hit that feedback. We got feedback, Johnny.
We got feedback. It's feedback. It's motherfucking feedback.
Welcome to Feedback. We got feedback. This segment and this show really is brought to you as always by our kings. We're going to say, is this getting to sound sexual now? Because it's always
A little bit,
king, queen, and all that bull crap. But it's not. I'm not going to fuck.
I still like it.
Whatever. Let's just say our key major sponsor is Clean Flow. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys make good products. Go to cleanflow.com and check out everything that they have to offer. If you got yourself a wrench that needs a little lube on it,
Lube on her.
you need
You need a busted nut.
yeah, you got an old nut that needs busting all over your wife's face. Oh, sorry, get some honey goo. That's honey goo from Clean Flow. It'll definitely allow you to bust a nut. And also, if you'd like to support our show, go to patreon.com/Dutch Hall and join Dutch Hall royalty like Jen Husko, our queen, and Genevieve, our princess, who really can call the shots around these places. We give them bonus content, and we're talking about attaching some glasses to Johnny so we can watch him fuck and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And we are talking about doing some drinking shows coming up.
No shit.
Which drinking shows, we're going to do some of them on air for our regular listeners, and then just keep the cameras rolling after for the Patreon people.
Okay.
But those are more sleepovers, Johnny. So they need to be kind of planned in advance, because there has to be transportation arranged or sleepover time, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because we're getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the listener.
Yeah, for their purpose, not ours.
Yeah, we're going to get shit-faced on air, because we haven't done that since the Whiskey Show.
It's been a while.
And on the Whiskey Show was not video. And so it was the very first puke on air, and it was not videotaped. But the second puke is just for our Patreon supporters. So go to patreon.com/Dutch Hall and help us out. And you can book Pete Van Dyke, that's me, to come tell jokes in your town. If you go to PeteVanDykeComedian.com, check me out, contact me, let me know where you are, and I'll come to your town and I'll tell jokes. And Johnny's free, I'll bring him with me. He knows how to tell jokes too.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So he can come.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
And then also, while we're doing ads, let me plug Johnny's show over at the Flamingo because it leads us right into our feedback. Thank you, John. So Johnny runs a show on Monday nights in Hess Village in Hamilton, Ontario. If you're doing nothing on a Monday night and you live in the Hamilton area, please, it is worth your while to go out to Hess Village and check out this show. It's fun every time. It's fun.
You've done it a couple times now, Pete.
Yeah, I've done it a few times. I've twice headlined and once as just a guest spot.
Yeah.
that you gave me, and I have always had a good time there. The owner's a great guy, supports comedy. He really been good to us. And Johnny's done a great job of building an actual scene there, like people that come back, people that know each other. It's a fun environment to be in. So go out to Hess Village and check out Johnny's show. I said this on the show, Beaver.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
Someone went to the fucking show.
Oh.
Can you
And
believe
she's
it?
my regular now.
She goes to all the shows there now.
Yeah.
Right on.
And I swear to God,
I didn't know that.
Johnny might have told you this story, but this is, I'll tell you, when we take hiatuses around here on the Dutch Hall,
So she missed us.
no, I have problems.
Oh, okay.
I want to tell you this.
Yep.
When I don't do shows for a while, I start to think maybe I should never do a show again.
Oh.
Because no one cares. Right? That's what I think.
Right.
And
Probably just like a blip in your radar, right, though?
yeah, it's just
Every
one
now
of
and
these nagging doubts that I think a lot of people have. Should I keep doing this? Does anyone really care?
Yeah.
You know? And then I go to Johnny was kind enough to let me headline at the Flamingo, and I went there and I'm chatting with Johnny, and this lady comes up and says, if it isn't Pete Van Dyke, right?
Really? Just like that?
Like that.
Fucking A.
Greets Johnny like she knows Johnny.
It's a celebrity moment.
Yeah.
And then she goes, don't worry, I'm not hitting on you.
Jane is beautiful, she said.
Yeah, I love the lovely Jane or something like that. She
Put up
said.
ground rules right away.
Yeah. So I said, have we met before? And she says, no, but your podcast got me through the pandemic.
Shit. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Did she say anything about me?
she did not mention you.
Damn it.
Not once, but I think she knew Dan Brennan.
Yeah, that's how she knew Dan Brennan.
From
and,
the show?
Yeah. So if you show up on a Monday, she'll recognize you too, Beav, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, she'd be happy to see you too. You're the Beaver.
I'm just going to have to come and just stand on a chair and be real, get myself to at least an inch taller than everybody else.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, she's really nice.
Yeah.
And she let me borrow her pen.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, one time I was I needed the pen again, but I didn't want to bother her again. So I started taking notes in my phone and she could see me hitting my sausage sounds against my screen and not doing very good.
Yeah.
And I felt a tap on my shoulder. She hands me the pen again, eh?
She's your pen lady. Right on.
Damn it, looking out for me too, eh? She's looking out for me too. So I'm like, I can't thank her enough for number one, the encouraging words and the support and everything. I did go to Emerson to perform for you the next night. I didn't see you there.
Yeah,
I
he
have
did.
to say, I was there. I was disappointed not to see you. I'm gonna keep trying so I can tell you jokes again, because I'll tell you, when I told the jokes on Monday, good laugh.
Good laugh. She's got a good laugh, eh?
Good laugh. And I told some really, really offside jokes that night. Eh?
You were swinging for the fence for sure.
I was going a little hard that night because LA, it seemed like they were just like making me like a little bitch.
So you had to assert your dominance.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let loose a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Plus tell a couple jokes that you wouldn't feel comfortable telling at a club or whatever. And I just wanted to see a working class crowd again.
Yeah. And you did great.
And yeah, they liked it.
Yeah.
So you felt at home again.
Yeah. I got to play a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
which was fun. It's great, man. The LA experience, though, like to nerd out about. Well, can I just say that Charisse
Yeah.
is our listener of the week?
I think that's fair.
She's a listener of the week. This is your week.
Now.
Oh, thank you for playing the applause so that they didn't have to hear our singing.
Thought it was a nice touch.
We needed Bozy there.
Yeah. This is your week, Charisse. And also, as listener of the week, you get nothing. No, you get your recognition, praise, and you can also tell us to do whatever you like because we will do that if any of you give us any feedback at thedutchhall@gmail.com or go to Instagram. We're at Dutch Hall there. Give us a DM. Slide into our DMs, as they say.
Please.
And we will talk back to you or make sure we do what you tell us. Or
I'm tired of the scam bots going in my DMs.
yeah, you know what?
I enjoy them.
There's a lot of I have a lot of new followers who say it's nothing. It's like come in my pussy.
Yeah.
That's what it says a lot.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not come in my pussy. It's like come my pussy or something like that. They're missing a word in there, you know? Anyways, a lot of them say that.
Do you message them back the correct grammatical?
I'm like, yeah, SP -5 is what I give them all. But I had one person, they're like, hey, I like your post so much. I'd like to do like a portrait or like a painting of it. And don't worry, I'll pay you because it's your work, right? And I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? And then they sent me a picture of a cat, one of the cat with a tie that I saw. remember that? Did you see that on my Instagram?
Yeah.
Or whatever? There's a cat. He lived in my neighborhood. I see him all the time. Just a cat wearing a tie, like a collar and a businessman tie. Anyway, so I thought this is conceivable that there's someone in New York who somehow stumbled upon this and wants to paint this picture, right?
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck about money for it. Like, go ahead, paint the picture of the cat. It's not my cat. And I sent them a whole bunch more pictures. Say, paint these too if you want, you know? And they said, no, don't worry, we'll pay you. And I said, okay, just e-transfer me the money.
Yeah.
Right? And they go, well, we're going to contact you. We need your bank information. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You absolutely don't. And then the guy says, well, I didn't ask for your password or anything. And I go, I think you should stop bothering people with this bullshit. This is pretty bad what you're doing. Like, leave me alone. And he goes, aight. It went from being like this female artist from New York at the beginning to aight at the end. I don't know if it was the same as the picture. Anyways, fuckers.
Hey,
I think my
Oh, give her. Oh, anyways, yeah. I told you how to do it, right? Your headphones came undone?
I think so.
Do you want me to give you another?
I keep cutting in and out, but I mean, I can still hear you guys.
I know exactly where your hookup is. It's just on the other side of there. It's probably right here. Yeah, I'll do it. Just let me look like I'm blowing.
Technical difficulties.
Right there.
someone take a screenshot of that.
That didn't do nothing.
No.
But it's just under there. You can actually see it with your eyeball, too, unless it's me. Check. I still have me. Anyways,
Oh, it just cut back in.
That whole situation couldn't have sounded more sexual.
yeah, it was. It was.
Did that do anything for you?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, off to the next spin.
Spinner, let's do it. Okay. Plumber, garbage man, or electrician. So in this game, we have to guess which trade Pete participated in. Did he snake a sewer and replace a wax ring on a toilet with an African American plumber? Did he service as a garbage man by taking out the garbage of an elderly Chinese woman?
Yeah, I can see that.
Or did he help a Mexican crew with the electricity to attach the electricity to a washer and dryer unit at his Airbnb.
I'm calling the first two.
Yeah, I think the first two are true.
I can see you be with having that kind of like the last thing you would want or expect to do is to remove the wax fucking gasket on a toilet, and that would be your luck. I can see it.
You think that's a real one or a lie?
I think that's a real one.
I think that's a real one.
I think the lie is the electrician.
Yeah.
Because they're not. Because that's
They're not
actually
gonna help
you guys are both right on that one. But there was a crew there that installed our washer and dryer, and they had to run electricity through our attic and stuff like that. But I did not help that crew at all.
No.
The garbage, man, I did help a lady take out her garbage.
I can see you being so nice. You'd walk over and do
Yeah,
that.
she made me go into her house and everything, and because she wanted to give me water for.
I was just gonna say I thought she was gonna give you cookies or something.
Yeah, she wanted to give me a water for my kindness and stuff. She was being really nice, and then I said, can I take a picture with us, like, because it was a nice experience. You know, me doing a good thing.
What'd she say?
No, I'm ugly. And then she took the door and she like put it in front of her face so that I wouldn't like show her online. And then when I said, "Come on, you look lovely," and let me just take a picture, and she's like, "Get out of here now!"
The whole situation turned.
Yeah, I blew it by asking for the picture.
But it would have been nice if you got.
You would steal her soul. That's what Chinese people believe. No, I don't know.
I
should've
thought
just
you were
took-
just trying to get in the house.
You should have took the picture showing with her hands holding the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, this is lady I helped. She's really happy right now. Go away.
Yeah. I regret allowing you to do this.
Yeah.
And then I have to tell the plumber story because it's the best one. Because this plumber,
You hold on. Do you guys plug a shitter or what?
no, the sewer it's rained like crazy, right?
Yeah.
This place that we rented had been empty for like forever, and we were like the first people into it, right? And then the toilet was just like it was leaking on the floor. You'd flush it, and then so it looked like it needed another wax ring, right?
Oh, gross.
And then what they did was they put a new floor in before we went in there, but they didn't put another wax ring
On top.
on top. So
You got to double it up.
the
Not like
wax
a
ring
condom.
the wax ring wasn't high enough, so like it just was terrible.
There's a fucking gap.
And then after that problem, he goes, but your sewer's full. It's plugged, like there must have been tree roots
Shitter's
growing.
full.
Tree roots growing or something that like bunged up so he goes, I have a snake. I was helping him with the wax ring. He kept going, come here, he made me go get some cleaner and pour it on. I said when he came in, I go, where's your tools, man? He goes, he's got a wax ring in his hand. I go, how are you going to get the toilet up without a tool?
Yeah.
He goes, I got a tool in my hand. And I go, oh, what? He's got a little like needle nose plier,
No way.
Yeah. And so then I'm like, Jesus, man. Like, so he's bitching most of the time, I told him I don't do stairs. Like this. And then I'm giving it to him because he's being kind of rude. So I'm giving it back, And then
you guys both have to get
because at one time he's in there and he's got the toilet off and he's got the hole just open. And so I take a cup and I put the cup in the hole. Have you ever done that trick?
Yeah. To keep the stench down.
Keep the stink down. So I go, he comes back in the room, goes, why the fuck is there a cup in this hole? Right? And I go, to keep the stink out. And he goes, he's pointing at the floor. What do you think all this is? This is shit. Right?
Which he wasn't wrong, I guess.
And I'm going, I know, but the smell that's coming out of the hole is also shit.
The methane gas that is fucking festering in the tank is coming up the hole.
Yeah, like I don't want to smell more shit than I need to. So that's the cup. And he goes, well, I don't use a cup. So I put the toilet back on and that cup's still in there. I'm doing a bad black accent.
I can tell.
But he wasn't.
I thought it was a
African.
Mexican.
No, he was a black guy. This guy was like, and then, so then I was like, I told him every time I've like taken off a toilet, I've done that because and then he realized that I'm actually not like one of the white people in California, like every other white person in California who has never done manual labor in their life.
You're right.
Because only people of color do manual labor in California that I see. I've never seen a street crew with one white guy holding a sign or nothing like that. Nothing. It's always.
So he was even taken back by the fact that you were participating.
Well, I
in
said I grew
events.
up on a tobacco farm, and then he's like, "Okay, I have to snake the thing." but I can't do it by myself and I go, well, you're not leaving because I'm not going to have this shitter not work anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so I go like, I'm your guy. Like I go, just tell me what to do. And then and once I said I grew up on a farm, he had a little bit more comfort with me. And then I was running the pedal on the big snake. It was a big one, eh? Like
big coiled up snake.
yeah. And so you just got to like just feed it. And then we snaked out the sewer until we broke the
seal,
the tree root thing out, and then it drained real easy. And then
your yard started getting really nice grass.
And then I go into the bathroom like after he had left, and the goddamn toilet, like he didn't screw it back on.
No way, he just set it.
So
there.
like first time someone sits on it, the toilet's now moving like. So I'm like, what's the wax rings not being pulled, not being like suctioned down, so it's not going to work. Mm-hmm. So I still had to do half the guy's job, but that guy actually paid me.
Oh really?
Yeah, he actually paid me
because he's getting a shit ton of money from the owner.
Well, I'm not. I don't know. But when I did get paid, he asked me what I wanted, and I said whatever he thinks fair, and he paid me fair. And then I go, make sure you charge the landlord double what you paid me. And he goes, oh, I'll charge her 4 times that. I'm gonna say there was 2 of you. Is what he said. I'm sorry, but I don't want to get him in any trouble. And he told him to make sure you don't tell the landlord that you did this, because she's not going to be happy with me making a tenant work clean shit and stuff. I'm like,
so you had to...
I'm not fucking happy with it.
No, exactly,
right.
yeah.
I did the one time he's like, bring over this cleaner made me buy. And then, so I'm bringing over like the Pine Sol or whatever. And he's like, spray it on this hole. This is shit right here. This is shit. You see this? This is shit, right? And I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. It's shit. Yeah. I don't know why you're making me do any of this. Yeah. And then he goes... one time he's like, when I agreed to work for him with doing the snake thing, then he goes, he's coming by the fence and the dog had shit like in that yard, right? So I go, hey dude, there's dog shit right there, like look out for it. And he goes, you think these boots haven't stepped in shit? He goes, do you know who you're talking to at all? Like, he's just shaking his head. He was actually a really good guy.
But he's degrading himself.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny, man. We got along really well by the end. We actually hit it off pretty good.
Him and his needle nose pliers, like, fuck me. Dude, there's 3 of us changing a toilet gasket, but the only tool we had was a snake and a needle nose set of pliers.
Yeah, they were a great snake, though. I've never ran a snake like that before. It was like really like one of those like Roto-Rooter things, you know?
Yeah.
That's where all his money went. That's why he couldn't afford tools.
He didn't need them, man. He got the job done. He goes, the guy will do the rest.
That sounds like it was one hell of an afternoon.
Oh, dude, man. That was crazy. Oh, what was it? The other one? Oh, that was it.
Yeah, then there was the Asian lady that you forced against her will to
take her garbage.
To let you take her garbage.
The way she took, I was carrying food too, and she's like, put your food here on this stranger's truck and help me with my garbage. That's how she asked me, right? I'm like, no, I'm going to carry your garbage and my food because it's super light. You're just an old person who can't carry anything. Like you're like, they really think that like super light things are really heavy because their bones are breaking just from moving, you know? Like they're so old, right?
They're so old.
Anyways, let's spin this fucker. Oh, Pete gets a tattoo.
This is the one I wanted to get.
Okay, Pete gets a tattoo. So of the 3 people on the last episode, it was my daughter Caitlin, Genevieve Dubé, and myself, Pete Van Dyke. 2 of the 3 of us got tattoos.
Well, Genevieve definitely got one.
Yeah. You did not. I'm locking that in.
Yeah, me too. Because you wouldn't have said your shoulder. That's too prominent.
Right there? It's under my shirt.
How about you lift up your sleeve then?
Well, I will. Drum roll.
I don't have that sound effect.
You don't? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
My body is unblemished. Johnny, do you have tattoos?
I got one.
Oh, yeah, a wrench.
Yeah.
So your daughter got one.
Put some lube, put some honey goo on that thing.
Oh, I do.
Hey? You got any?
No, not yet. I plan to.
You do?
I am working on my wife, though. She's not initially a fan of it.
Where would you put it? Where on your body?
I want to put one on my side.
Oh, yeah?
I want to go for a nice size one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tobacco leaf.
Maybe. I'm not sure yet, though. I got 2 ideas in my head. But yeah, I'm still working out that one. Actually, it's funny you said that because I've been in my search history is a bunch of tattoos, kind of just looking, just curious.
Yeah, I mean, actually, this was the closest I've ever.
Really?
come,
You were
yeah.
close. So you were in the parlor and you were looking through the book.
No. I never went that. I was in the parlor though, but I never looked through the book or anything. But I was just like, what would I get? Where would I get it? I actually considered it and was like,
What was the option in your head?
well, I always like pinup art. I like pinup art, eh? So I think I would get a pinup girl.
You would do that on your shoulder?
No, I do it on my forearm.
Really?
Yeah. And then I'd eventually make a whole sleeve out of it.
That would look pretty cool.
Because if I'm gonna do like
One.
I might as well just keep going.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Once I made that commitment, I'm gonna probably sleeve it up eventually, and I'd want it to be a colorful sleeve, and I want it to have a bunch of hot chicks on it.
No, so you have thought about this.
Like that, they'd all be like a bunch of hot chicks in different positions melded together.
Melded together,
to
yeah.
make a sleeve. It would look
make
awesome.
Make it look like one big orgy.
Yeah, but it would happen over like one chick at a time, kind of. And the first one would just be dancing on my forearm, and I'd be able to make her do this. When I would flex my muscles, I would like kind of make her hips swim a little bit. That's the only idea I had so far. Or that, or like I've always said I'd love to get a tattoo of my penis on my penis, only larger. But that's an old Stephen Wright joke rewritten.
I want to get a big wing, like fucking. Like
Like angel wings?
Yeah, an angel. Like,
And a tramp stamp, so him come on my back.
no, like not on my. I want to get it like
Be a
on my
gentleman,
side.
come on my
yeah.
back.
No, I'm just I'm sorry, Beaver. I don't want to make fun. That's the thing about tattoos. That is the reason I don't have one. Is because if you make a bad decision, it's a bad decision you made forever.
Yeah, you
then-
can get them removed these days.
Yeah.
Well, you get them painted over, like or get them like tattooed over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people black out their arm and then get that removed to make tattoos now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I know my.
Yeah, white people turn black.
Yeah. And then they just remove what they want tattooed on
Yeah.
them, kind of thing. Yeah.
My brother-in-law is like on a tattoo over a tattoo over a tattoo now.
Really?
Yeah, his original one was like a penguin, and then he had like an eagle, and now he's got like a whole forest on top of it. It looks really, but the new art is like sick. It's really, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
So that's where you were close to getting one because he's on his 3rd go around here.
Well, I like to learn from people's mistakes. Like I look at the
Right.
art he's got, and it's like really cool looking like art, but it's like black and white stuff, but it looks slick. And I see guys, I see some work now where before I would never really give it much attention, where now I'm looking at it thinking, maybe I will.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not as close-minded to the idea of getting.
You're on the
tattooed.
fence now, right?
On the fence, definitely. So you never know. Could happen still.
Get it done live on the show.
Maybe, yeah. If we get a tattoo artist in here or a tattoo sponsor. Oh, this is a
Here
good
we
one.
Go.
Now, did I see a bearded woman on a cell phone? Did I see a
It's
barefoot dog lover?
It's not the Asian you were talking about.
Did I see a barefoot woman lying in a bed it's a public place making out with a chihuahua? That was what that one is. Or a woman walking down the street walking a pig like a dog.
It's a little tougher. So
what
you
was the
definitely
first
seen a
one?
bearded woman on a cell phone.
You think so?
I think so. You definitely did.
So I'm saying the last 2 are truths. First one's a lie.
The bearded woman's alive for you, Johnny?
Yep.
Okay, and I'm gonna go. The first 2 are trues. Last one lie.
Ooh, one of you is a winner, and it is Beaver.
Yeah.
Beaver is a winner. There was no woman walking a pig, but I did see a bearded woman on a cell phone, and she was like probably early 20s.
Like Scuff?
No, like if you were
You
like
saw a trans, didn't you?
it was a lady. This was a person that was fully living her experience as a lady, right? But she had a beard, and she was arguing on the cell phone about her order or something, like a woman would. And so, but it was weird because it was like a young woman, right? Like maybe maybe it was a trans
Like a
woman.
he, yeah.
Maybe it was a trans woman, but wouldn't a trans woman shave the beard? You know,
That's true.
that's the curious part about this is still the fact
But what
that
if it was a trans man?
Right.
Yeah, like a woman transitioning into being a man.
then why are you wearing women's clothes?
I don't know.
It's a thing that's like that was the
Why does it when a woman wants to be or when a man wants to be a woman? Why do they keep the dick? Make sure.
I'm saying there's always been bearded women in life. It's just you don't see them very often.
No,
that
it's
is
like
true,
a unicorn. Yeah.
And the bearded woman wasn't like performing as a bearded woman. She was just like doing regular person stuff, you know, like
So was it scuff or was it a full beard?
it was if you were a 21-year-old man and you were growing a beard, that's what
That's
it
what
would
it
look
looked
like.
like. Yeah. So it'd
Like
be,
your beard kind of.
oh, okay. I'll take a 21. I'll take it all day long, buddy. That was a compliment.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Got some good parts of it.
I know. I got some thin parts of it.
And then the barefoot woman. We went to an open mic for music.
Just came into the fucking club that way.
There was like a bed as one of the places you could sit was you could kind of lie on a bed. Well, her and her friend were there. She was walking on the street barefoot. Her dog walked into this club, lied on the bed seat, and sat there and like tongue kissed her old chihuahua that was so old it couldn't move its back legs. Or I don't even know if it was too old or if they just keep breeding them smaller and smaller until their legs become useless, like, and they're just dragging behind. Or it could have been disabled.
That's just gross.
Everything was gross about it.
That's just gross. That woman probably doesn't bathe herself either.
Oh, craziest.
I'm gonna call that one.
Yeah,
No personal hygiene there.
No, that woman, man, how she made it through COVID, I'll never know. But she might be like invincible at this point in time because she's just developed so much tolerance to
such an immunity to everything.
street gross.
Got a disgustingness on her.
And so which ones do we have to do yet? We gotta do SNL cast member, famous director, or famous little person.
Oh,
Which did Pete see in Los Angeles?
I think you saw the first one and the last one.
What's the
think
middle one?
I don't think you saw famous director. I think you saw famous little. I hope you saw famous little person, and I think you saw SNL cast member.
I'm gonna go with.
You want me to give more detail to all three stories? See
Yes,
if that
sorry.
helps?
Yeah.
I can say I saw an SNL cast member performing comedy. I saw a famous director in the airport.
Oh, that's
And I saw a famous little person getting out of an Uber on the street.
a tough one.
I want to say the last two.
I'm gonna follow you on that one.
Yeah.
Actually,
What?
the last two.
Last two are the
True.
truths?
Yeah.
2
And
and
the SNL cast members the lie?
Yeah.
Well, you guys both prove you didn't listen to the Michael Moses show because I told about Leslie Jones. We saw her at the...
I thought you meant on this trip though.
No, in Los Angeles altogether.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry if that was misconstrued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're calling bullshit on
Yeah.
that. Bullshit.
But I
question.
almost saw a famous director at the airport. I almost did.
So who is the little person?
Because behind me, I thought was Jon Favreau, and I said to Kate, my daughter, I was like, "That's John.
Really?
Jon Favreau, right behind us." And then she looked back and she says, "You're out of your mind." And then I looked back again, and it wasn't Jon Favreau.
No.
It's just a guy that looked a little bit like Jon Favreau.
Would you, if it was him, would you have said something?
No, I would have just said to my daughter, "Look, that's Jon Favreau right there," and then I would have kept going on. And then hopefully I'd say like, "Hey, maybe he's going on our flight. Hey, oh look, he is. Oh look, no, he's at a different gate."
I would have maybe thrown.
That's what I would've done.
I would have thrown it. Hey, bud, I'm a huge fan of your work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just see where it goes.
Well, actually, I already said to my daughter what I would say to him, which would have been, "Have you seen Chef?" is what I would have said to him. And because she told me about this internet meme about how somebody got somebody to keep like all his fans to ask him, "Hey, have you seen the movie Chef?" And he's in it, and he made it, and it's his movie. And so of course he's seen it, but so many people asked him, it became like a troll thing, and then he blocked them all or whatever. So I would say that what I would say, just to be a dick. But that was just because my daughter just had told me about that meme. So I would have, and the guy looked like him. So I'm like, hey, look, I wonder if that guy's seen Chef. That's what I said. And then, so SNL cast member was Leslie Jones, and famous little person. There's only a few in the world. So can you guys guess the famous little person?
It wasn't the guy off fucking.
It wasn't Peter Dinklage, I don't think.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
It wasn't Brad Williams, was it? Williamson?
Brad Williams?
That's a good one.
Williams?
It was Brad Williams.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Brad Williams got out of his Uber right in front of the Improv.
Was he with his wife?
No, he was just by himself.
Because he talks like he's got his wife's normal height, and he talks to her like she's
Super hot.
Yeah, and she can kick ass.
Oh yeah, well, like he was like I was. It was really weird because my reaction to little people is always inner excitement, and I can't help it. It's like something that I regret. Really, I'm honest. If I'm honest with you, like I don't know what I think is an appropriate response. So I see a little person get out of the Uber, right?
Yeah.
And I get excited right away.
I would have been jumpy. I would have just been jumpy.
I'd be like, ooh, I'm just having a cigarette on the street. I'm like, woo, woo, little person. Like, what's this? My whole day is getting a little bit more interesting, right? It's just a little bit more interesting. And then he gets closer, and I'm like, to my daughter right away when I recognize him, I say to my daughter, like, hey, that guy's a great comic. Like, that guy's a really great comic. Like,
yeah.
And it's no longer a little person, like, at all. It is totally not a little person. Like, to me, like, because you admire his work so much.
Right.
You don't. It's just like it's a weird it was a weird change once I recognized him, and then as not, and that's terrible. That's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Okay?
What? Not to recognize him as a smoker?
No, that once you recognize him as somebody, you're no longer enamored by the guy's appearance, which is an insulting thing to do to a little person, I would imagine, just to say, like, woohoo, can I pick you up? Like, you look like you're a lot of fun. You want to wrestle? You know, like,
can I toss
these are all
you?
mean things. Yeah. You mind if I strap you on a skateboard and, throw you down a bowling alley with a helmet on, see how many pins I can knock over? And you're like, he's like, no, I'm an accountant. Like, I don't think that's right. But anyways, what if they said that to you, Johnny? Like, hey, we're having a Johnny Renton tossing party.
Yeah.
Can we hire you for it? Where we just throw you?
Depends on how much they're paying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have the opportunity. Neither do you, Johnny. You'd be tough to throw. And but a little person does have that. Well, we're saying you need like probably 4 guys to throw us, right? But a little person, they have the opportunity to make that sort of income. We don't. So
Yeah, that's true.
it's not all bad.
Yeah, talk about privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I am really pissed off about is little people wrestling. Little people like midget. They called it the midget wrestling, and those people were great athletes. And then they found it. They said it. They branded it offensive, and then all these people who train their whole life to become great athletes are sitting there not able to do their job anymore because of what they train and are proud of. Is now deemed offensive, right?
Yeah,
and that's horseshit. You should be able to dress up like a leprechaun and fight a person dressed up like a little bull.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. So funny, man. Anyways, spin that wheel. Oh, yes. Viva la Mexico. Well, I made lots of Mexican acquaintances, I would say.
You did a good job of the flag on there.
Thank you. I didn't have the right colors, too. I had to use yellow marker and blue marker to make green.
I see that. You did a mixture.
Yeah, I smoke weed. So we're in I had a lot of interactions with Mexican people, and my main takeaway about Mexican people is that they're the most like us, like Dutch, like the way I grew up.
Oh, really?
With like Dutch farm families. Yeah, like they have big families that all stick together. They all like get together and celebrate birthdays and shit. And,
Oh, their core values are the same. Yeah.
yeah, like they're the people I get the most, you know?
Yeah.
And
You
so-
relate to. Yeah.
Yeah, relate to the most. And so I had lots of interactions with my neighbors. And so which of these stories is a lie? Did I smoke weed with a Mexican street gang? Did I barbecue goat with a Mexican family? Or did I pick tangerines with an old Mexican woman? What woman?
Well, woman. I feel like the first one's true.
I don't think you did goat.
Yeah.
I don't think you cooked goat.
You don't think I barbecue goat?
No, I think you smoked.
Not with
weed.
a Mexican family.
No.
I
Exactly.
didn't.
I think you did it by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't think that you think I did smoke weed with the Mexican street gang?
And,
Yes.
Yes, and I think that you were picking tangerines with old lady.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, guys. You know me well.
Yeah.
You did it. I did smoke weed with the street gang, a legit street gang.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, they were some of the nicest people I've ever met in my whole life. They were so nice, right?
Really?
Number one, you walk past their place.
Like face tattoos and everything?
The one guy's name was Snoops, man.
Really?
My name is Snoops, man. This is my brother Jesse. This is this is my twin brother Hector. You know, over there. You know, like they were like those kind of guys.
And
right?
heavy accent.
Like they sounded like just like I was imitating, which is probably offensive, but that's how they sounded. Snoops was cool as shit, but he looked like Danny Trejo. Like he looked like
Oh, really?
yeah, like he looked like a real scary guy, right? But he was super sweet. And one time I'm watching John Viev's dog there, and it gets free because it's chasing our neighbor's pet squirrel. It's got a pet squirrel.
Really?
Which and there's dogs all over the neighborhood. Like, why would you get a pet piece of food? You know, for their dog. Anyway, the dog went crazy, goes to the neighbors. And then one time he got loose, and then they helped us get him back, right? But I wasn't part of that. But John Viev was like freaking out, and these guys helped her get the dog back. And they were real nice. So I'm like, hey, thanks. I'm walking past their place, right? They're all in the yard. And they got this nice old like Impala, Chevy Impala or something like
Oh, so
that.
this is right out of the movies.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like right in front of their place. This beautiful old car, and they're
Was it on hydraulics?
Yeah.
I don't know.
hopping.
I don't. They weren't hopping it. They were working. They were under the hood of it though. And then
30-inch rims on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they got music playing like from the 50s. It's like real like music that matched the car, you know.
Okay.
And you're going past there, and they're all sitting like around. And I go like, man, these cars look so great down here because we don't have the salt we got, you know. Like you get to keep these things nice.
Mhm.
And then they go, yeah, I guess up north it's like lots of salt, eh? And then the guy goes, hey, you want some? Like, and then he passes me a joint. And so we were just passing around and smoking a joint. And then they introduced me to all their family.
Was their weed good or no?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I went for a walk afterwards. I enjoyed my walk. It
All right.
was all lit up, cotton mouth. It was good. The guy did say it's just weed. Don't worry. Like he did like that.
Oh, like don't. Yeah, I haven't spiked it with anything else.
And I go, you helped my friend get her dog back. And they go, oh, Gigi.
GG.
GG, they call her.
Yeah, tell Gigi come back here anytime. You know, like they're like that. You know, like, I bet.
Yeah.
But they were nice guys, like super
Run
nice
a
guys.
Mexican freight train.
But they were there was no doubt about it. Like they were very open about being a gang. They're all related, and but they were a gang almost like the Van Dyke cousins are.
Yeah. Did they tell you the name of their gang?
They told Genevieve, but they didn't tell me. No, I don't. She might know though. There's something angels in it or something.
Some angels.
Yeah. Anyways, but I think
East Side Angels.
they're a pretty nice gang.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're like too mean about anything. They're just real sweet guys. I couldn't imagine them killing somebody. I really couldn't. And then tangerines. I was like, I would pick tangerines all the time because it was one of my thing. But I would climb the tree because I was there for a month, so I was running out.
Yeah.
So then this lady was in the alley. She's a neighbor of mine. She's picking her tangerines, and then I tell her like, "Hey, she's got one of those fork things to get the."
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, you know, they were doing a citrus swap down at the school, this girl doesn't speak much English. So I'm like, she's like, a school? I'm like, yeah, the school. You go down there and you get a bunch of free fruit, bring your whole family down there, fill your boots. And then, so she got one of her kids to translate so she could go down and get the free shit. I'm just like, you guys must like free shit,
That wasn't racist.
Yeah, like everyone likes free shit. Who doesn't like free shit,
True.
Yeah, would you go down if they said free citrus?
No, I know. I agree. I'm just saying
Go
in the
with
moment. I know in the moment.
Yeah.
You like free shit, eh? You're people. That's mainly how you were coming across as.
But it is true.
Yeah.
Like, I see how she's living. She's sitting there picking fruit off of this tree. Why is food and it's free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think like, I was thinking more like you think like me, like if you're out here picking fruit, you're going to.
So is this just a tree on the sidewalk kind of thing?
It was in my yard, but it grew over into the sidewalk.
Oh, so she's trying to snap the old.
She lived like, it was one property.
Yeah.
But it goes up a hill, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like our place and then another place and another place as you go up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all like one owner, one landlord.
Oh, okay.
But it's like different houses, like different cottages on that hill. And so she was up the hill. And so she has to walk down that alley. So that alley's hers. Like, it's a private alley.
Mm-hmm.
So the tangerines grow into the alley. So if she can get it from the alley, they're
She
hers.
gets the old left side and you get the right.
Yeah. So we were picking together. And she knew I didn't live there. Like, I didn't own the place either. I'm just like eating free food too.
Yep.
But then you said, like I said, the one neighbor's got pomelos and the other neighbor's got limes and the other one's got lemons. And so they went on the one school in the neighborhood and you can just drop off whatever you had in your yard and then pick up whatever you wanted from everyone else, like oranges and blood oranges.
Oh, so it's like a community.
Yeah, it was just like a take a penny, leave a penny, but with citrus fruit.
Oh shit! Right on. That's
good.
different.
Yeah, I liked it a lot because they don't spray any of those trees either. Like, it's all like pretty natural stuff, and then
Right.
you just and it was all in season and all ripe. It's like I would walk down the street one time, a lemon fell right at my feet.
Oh, really?
I'm like, I'm taking this home and gonna eat this lemon.
It's mine.
It's mine. And one time, normally when you talk to women on the street, like if you say good morning or something like that, most of them would be like cross the street to get away from you. And then, but this one time I was like, but once they get a certain age, they're like real happy to talk. But this one lady, I said good morning to her, and she stops and she goes, "Hey, when you're walking around this neighborhood, do you ever just want to like just pick some of the fruit off these people's trees?" Like, she's like, they're just sitting there. There's no way they're going to eat all these lemons, right? They won't miss one if I just go and scale the fence and pick one, will they? I'm like, I think it every day, lady, every day.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. We got a little bit of live feedback, which is Genevieve is actually trying to watch from LA, but her internet sucks so bad.
Oh, that's why we have one viewer kicking in and kicking out.
Yeah, that's her. Wow, we actually know who it is. Well, it doesn't work. But
I can't believe the internet's that bad there.
It is most likely our landlord.
It's being cheap. You get the old, you got dial up.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it didn't. I don't know what it was, but it didn't work very good. We're almost done, right?
No, we are done.
Oh, I didn't do the just the wildlife segment. That's the only one.
Coyote.
Yes.
Coyote
What did I see in my immediate neighborhood? Was it a coyote? Was it a armadillo? Or was it a parrot?
I'm going coyote is the lie.
Yeah.
Coyote is the lie?
Yeah.
Me too.
Because you saw one in Hess Village on Monday, so.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So that came to your mind when you were doing
That's my thought, yeah.
Well, the correct answer in this case is armadillo.
Oh, you didn't?
I did not see an armadillo, but coyotes I saw almost every day in my neighborhood.
Is it because of the garbage?
No. I think it's because of the cats and small dogs and
Prime pickings.
Also the possums and the skunks and the raccoons and all the wildlife that's walking through your neighborhood. It's unbelievable. It's like literally like there was there was like a one time I would see like coyotes a lot. Like sometimes I would one time around the corner, and then there's like another coyote rounding the corner, and we both like run into each other and go like, holy fuck, you know, like, and go the other way.
That's probably why you see the videos of like little kids getting out of vehicles and a coyote grabs a kid kind of thing.
It's crazy, man. They just don't care. I think it's because there's a lot of them, and then they've kind of run out of habitat, and they're learning how to live.
They're getting domesticated,
And there is a huge park right by where we are. So there is, and then there's all these hills. So they have places they can hide, and as they move from one place where they can like one wildlife sect to another. So sometimes. But I would see them like during the day too, just like couple, and they were usually in pairs, just trotting along together. In pairs, yeah. It was pretty unnerving at first, and then you kind of get used to seeing them so often. But there was coyotes everywhere.
Are they mangy looking fuckers, or are they pretty big?
No, real healthy looking, because everything's well fed. The squirrels are fat, because there's so much fruit on the trees and shit. Like,
really?
So like then the coyotes are eating fat squirrels. They're doing good. Yeah. Like it's a pretty healthy ecosystem of actual nature, where I don't think they're eating a lot of garbage. Like I really don't think
there's too much out their availability.
There's too much like easy prey for them. And parrots, there was these green parrots that would fly by. You could hear them coming, but one time they flew real low to me, and you could see their detail and stuff, and it was pretty awesome. Like real parrots, loud fuckers, but that was cool. There was a lot of it was pretty neat. Like from that perspective, like we were there in like full bloom spring, and the fruits are all like ripe, and it was a pretty cool time.
I take it this was a whole like eye opener for you for a whole different culture.
Well, I did notice the culture's different, like as far as the way that they look at themselves, and the way that especially racially, how they're like the tensions, they're real deep, you know, compared to like what we feel here. Like it's like more of a divide.
Oh, okay.
There, where you
just like prison there.
You just feel the tension, and then
you don't cross paths.
Yeah, like what I do all the time, and there's an immediate like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like they have to like, check you out for a bit.
You were probably the first white person those Mexicans talked to openly and enjoyably in a long time.
I don't know, man. Not the street gang, man. They were too friendly. They were friendly to everyone. I think they talked to everybody, but I think that
you did a really good accent. Like I can tell you had more than one conversation, because you had a spot on accent.
Yeah, they were really nice guys. I can't say enough good things about them. They probably committed horrible crimes. Yeah, but, as far as how they've been to me, they were just so nice. And
to you, to the Mexican street gang, we would love some feedback from you on that one.
Yeah, and my one, we had that. On the last show, I talked about the neighbor kid who just watched everything we did the whole time, sitting in the window, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
And then, it was really unnerving. And then when the plumber came in, he goes, "That kid always watch it like that?" Right?
He even noticed.
Oh, yeah, right away. And he goes, "Something not right with that kid." Yeah. Something not right with that kid. He kept saying it, That kid's not all there, you know?
I was going to ask you, did you tell anybody you do podcasts?
What do you mean?
Like just in general conversation, like the Mexican street gang.
Like, did you talk about us? Is really what I think he's asking. Yeah.
No, not really. But I give out my sticker, and that's got all my stuff on it, including the podcast. Is that the same?
Johnny, you feeling a little offended right now?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
He's embarrassed by us.
I think so.
It just never came up. I was going to say, it should have been like, hey, man, you like podcasts? I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. I never thought of it, but
you're telling your life story, you know, and just to.
I should have told at least the plumber.
You know, to Snoops when you're telling your nice, life story.
I didn't tell my life story to those guys. I was more listening.
Oh, okay.
They were
understandable.
They were telling me things, and I was just not doing anything to upset them.
Yeah. No. Okay. You went about it the right way then.
I was just way outnumbered. If they were not nice, once you're taken in, like once they're nice to you and they say, hey, you want to come like sit and have a beer or something?
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, now I'm on their yard. Now if they all of a sudden like turn on me,
Yeah.
like I'm now in their yard and like they're gonna like
Yeah.
So they didn't invite
murder
you.
me.
They didn't invite you for Taco Tuesday or anything.
No, if I stayed another week, they would have. Though it was pretty late in the trip where I ended up.
Oh, okay. It was kind of a.
Like if I would have stayed another week, because like the one guy, Kevin, he worked at the variety store that was like the closest walk to my place.
Okay, hold on here. You met Snoops and then Kevin.
Kevin was,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Where's his fucking gang affiliated name?
Well, I think he was Korean.
is Kevin.
I think
That's
he
his
was
gang.
Korean. I think he was Korean. He was or something. He was
Oh, so-
Asian,
He's a bystander of the
but like obviously he was like an LA born guy. Like he didn't have any accent, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, just a real nice guy. Worked at the local store, and it was just nice to have someone you were like, "Hey, good morning, Kevin." And he's like, "Hey, Pete." You know, like it was good to have that.
So I take it these guys didn't work.
Oh, this guy worked at the store.
Yeah.
Oh, the other guys.
Him, the gang. Yeah.
Oh, the gang was gone during the day, and they were gone during working hours, and they were mostly gathering on weekends and like some evenings during the
Oh,
week.
okay.
Okay.
But most of the time they were gone during the day. So
They're hustling it up. That's good.
yeah, I think even if you're in a gang, you have work to do as a gang, right?
Yeah. You still got to put bread on the table.
Yeah, you still got to like split the drugs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still got to
Shake
break
people
the
down,
legs.
yeah.
Yeah, shake people down.
You got to buy the guns.
Mm-hmm.
They're expensive.
What do you got? You probably got to clean them. Got to clean your gun.
Yep.
And
What, you want it all bunged up with the residue?
well, and that old Impala needs some hydraulics. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. As I mean, these guys seemed like they weren't afraid of working, but they were going to kind of do it on their terms. But nice people, loved it, loved them. Snoops and Jesse and the fellas.
And Kevin.
Kevin was not part of the gang. Kevin worked at the variety store.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't. Kevin's not in the gang.
when I asked you what their names were, and I said Snoops, and you're like, yeah, and Kevin.
No, I was saying that there's a guy, Kevin, that worked at the variety store.
Okay, I missed that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then you made that connection.
I made that connection 100%.
But I
Wrong.
want to be clear.
True.
Yeah, on the wheel.
Yeah.
Kevin wasn't part of it. I think it was like Jesse and Hector, like that. So they all sound kind of like Mexican names. It's all true though.
Right
You
on.
couldn't believe it because it's like real yuppie like. And then there's one house. It's just like clearly this is different. you know?
Yeah, the stuck out.
And on like Sunday mornings, the music was blaring, and they barbecued all day, and they were always welcoming, like
Yeah.
to anyone that
That's
wanted
good.
to party with them. You know,
It's just like right out of the movies. Then they're portraying it right in the movies.
that is right, man. Those guys look like they were living the life. Like if I was to live there forever, I would be really good friends with that gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird. But I would probably end up being like an honorary street gang member.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be walking around with a bandana on, tucked into your back pocket and around your neck.
Yeah, they call me Pistol.
Pistol. Yeah.
Pistol.
Yeah, and then you'd wear baggy pants and you'd drive an Impala.
I'd wear a
Low rider.
bandana for sure. But I'd have to be careful with my colors.
That's true.
You'd
Yeah.
have a pleated shirt on.
I'd probably be wearing something like I wouldn't want to wear I wouldn't go with bandana. I wouldn't want to do any colors there, you know. But I'd be true to whatever those guys were because they were nice guys.
Right on.
I wouldn't do murder.
but
I would
you would,
shake a guy down.
Exactly,
I would,
yeah.
I would rough him up.
so you'd be guilty by association.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if we were together and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go fuck this guy up. You want to come?" I'd be like, "No, not really. Hey, you're with us now. You gotta stay with us, dude. What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "We're just gonna fuck this guy up. Why?" Well, he owes my brother like 20 grand. I'll be like, "Okay, I'll fuck him. What do you want me to do? Punch him in the face?"
And then
Yeah,
you'd watch the first shakedown.
No, I'd be if they said punch, yeah, just go in there and punch him in the face or like in the gut, you know. Or I'd be like, "Okay, you're doing it with me?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing it together. We'll rough this guy up."
Pete would start beating the shit out of this guy and he'd look
wrong
back.
guy, yeah.
Would you do it?
What?
How could if you were down in LA and a Mexican street gang that you just started smoking weed with says, "Hey Johnny, we gotta go rough this guy up. You want to come with us?" And
I would go with them for sure.
and they go, "Go, you got to punch him too. Punch him in his stomach, Johnny. Come on, Johnny."
Probably would, to be honest.
Yeah, they're all
That'd
like
be a
barking
good
at you like
story. Yeah.
They're like, just give him one shot, man.
Be one fucking
You're in no
story.
danger, man. We're gonna
Exactly.
take you. We'll take care of you, Johnny. We're gonna take care of you. Don't worry, we got it.
As long as I feel safe with
They would give you a lot of
for
reassurance.
one moment, they say, well, we'll all hit the same time, and then they don't hit the first time, and then only you hit the guy, and then they let him come at you and almost kill you, and then they jump in and they're all laughing. You thought he was going to kill you, eh, Johnny?
Yeah,
And they're all laughing. I think it's great.
that'd be a great story. So yeah,
But you would have shit your pants, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was going to actually kill
That's
you.
right at a training day. Wait, the scenario.
Does that all happen? Did it all happen
That
in
all
a movie?
happened in training day with Denzel Washington.
Really?
Yeah. Ethan Hawke, they beat the shit out of him in a fucking bathtub. And then they're like, we're just kidding.
yeah.
That seems like my wife's cousins would do that shit to me all the time. Like they would convince me that it was a good idea to do things, and then they would fuck with me, and it would really be uncomfortable. But then, like, they put me on one of those Bruce Lee things, like, you know, the like shock machines. They put like electrodes to your muscles.
Oh yeah.
And then they can turn it up to like 5, and it'll like do this sort of
Yeah.
thing.
And then 10
And then,
is like
10, you're punching
cripple.
yourself in the face.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even stop. You're just punching yourself in the face. And that's what they did. They cranked me to 10. I'm punching myself in the face, and I'm like, "Come on, guys, stop it!" And they're howling, laughing. You know? They got me a few times with stuff like that. I deserve it, but they were just so persistent. And same thing. I was a little uncomfortable. I didn't know how to. I was, you're like on the outs. You're visiting your wife's family or whatever.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, they were wild, man. They were wild guys. They fuck with me a lot. It's funny though. I probably deserve it because I was about as square as I could be in those days. Like,
Yeah.
really tight ass. How long we been on for, John?
112.
No way, we were done.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
right on.
Let's wrap this fucker up.
This is
Hey, everybody, that's our show. Anyone else you want to talk about
No, that's good.
before we go? That's our show for this week.
A lot of insight, buddy. A lot of insight. I like it.
Really?
Yeah, it was fun.
And if you'd like to, give us some feedback at thedutchhall@gmail.com. Give Clean Flow a look at cleanflow.com. Give us some money, you cheap pricks, at patreon.com/dutchhall. And until next week, we will see you, NT. See you next Thursday.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah, slide into them, baby. Congratulations. One's name was Jeremy. One's name was Brandon.
Okay.
Right? I met 2 black guys in a day. One named Jeremy, one named Brandon. The odds of that pretty slim.
Pretty
right?
slim.
So the guy's like, "What should their names be? Like Laquan or something?" And what I want to say was, no. But if you
No,
met
Devontae?
2 white guys named Laquan in a day,
You'd say that was fucking a big deal.
that was a big deal. I'm more saying that Brandon's a real white name. That's all I'm saying. Brandon's like the what, But anyway,
But that's a very quick
But it
generic
was in a
shot.
car with 2 white women, so everything went crazy.
yeah.
And I wasn't able to say my thing, and nothing. It went all nutty. Okay, we can shut her down now.
No,
But it
no one
was like,
supported you.
but and white women work magics. By the end of it, you're like, I apologize. I've grown as a person. I've learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff. I'm like, whatever will stop me getting in trouble from all of you for asking.
You knew you weren't winning, yeah.
No, never. I wasn't going to win it even by a little bit because I was wrong. Apparently.
If I met one white person, are we off?